pose. So get ready with your best Madonna pout. And I'll count you in though, you'll be all right. And I've also got to get the questions ready as well. Why is he not allowed me to cross post? Blooming computers, man. They're petting boom. And I think, sir, we are live. Good morning, Love Sales, Hate Selling Facebook page followers, members. Thank you very much for joining us today, as I have the man himself, the one and only Paul Collins of Choices Network with me today. And Paul is going to share some insight into his business and what it's all about. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Nigel. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. I think, if I remember rightly, you sent me a wonderful message, actually, saying how much you liked my interview style. I thought, oh, I like this guy. So I thought, let me invite him on and get him in the hot seat, and then we'll see if he still likes me afterwards. No one playing. Paul, thank you so much for today. Before we start, I think I warned you, we do have to do a pose for the Facebook algorithm. So after 3, I would like you to do your best pout, your best pose, sir. So 1, 2, 3. That wasn't bad.
That will turn out, I'm sure.
That wasn't bad, actually. Right, let me just get my phone set up so I can get aligned with all the comments that will come in, if they come in, and we'll get the party started. But people, if you're watching today, please drop it in replay at the end. If you're watching on replay, please drop in replay and put Paul's name in, Paul Collins. And I know I keep saying this, I'm going to send you all a gift. I've got this huge gift I'm going to send to all of you who have put replay, #replay at the end of the video. So let's get this party started. Paul, can you tell the people watching what you do for a business?
My background's financial services, and I've been in my one MLM for, 19 years now.
Wow.
But over the time, things have changed, in that, and a number of our group were asking about how they could use the internet to actually build their business, because it was just becoming more and more apparent that's what you needed to do. So I started doing some research, and to cut a long story short, I got connected with a software company that have video and communications products. They're delivered on the cloud, and they're all aimed at helping any type of business grow and develop. So starting to look at that and then using it with our existing business, but also our existing business is just UK based, and the world's a big place. And because the products are delivered online, obviously it meant, it could expand. But the important aspect, I think now, and probably more so because of COVID, people are doing more stuff online. So with an MLM, you need systems, you need things that people can follow and duplicate and copy. So because our business products, where do business people connect? They connect in business networking meetings. So I developed an online business networking platform, which, because it's online, it's global. So I've set up about 250 locations across the world in major cities of all the countries, ready to expand across those countries with people that want to control groups. That's a composed version, yeah.
Paul, mate, I'm not being funny, but I did not get
your laugh is funny. I say it's infectious.
That's amazing, man. I mean, and the reason I'm saying this is because obviously, when we spoke, I went and checked you out. But what you just said wasn't kind of what I read. It was like that's amazing. So basically, you are here to allow anyone to create their own networking hub.
Yeah, and in fact, probably the USP of the network, I mean, with a lot of the networks, you have to pay to become a member, etc. And obviously the way you generate an income from that is by making connections and connecting with people and getting known and liked and trusted, and then they refer people to you and vice versa. Same with this, except you can also get paid to do it. So you can get paid to develop your own business. And of course, because of its global nature, it can also generate an additional income as well.
Are you hearing this, members? Paul Collins is sprinkling gold dust all around for you. What Paul's going to do when he finishes, he's going to drop all of his links in the video so you can go and find out a little bit more about how to create your own online networking and get paid for it. I like that. That's brilliant. So what was your inspiration? I mean, what's your MLM business? What's that? What do you do? What's the MLM?
Well, the MLM we've been in, for 19 years. I work it with Pam. That's not just my name at weekend.
I was going to say, guys, Paul isn't Pam on a weekend. I think he's using his wife's computer.
It's utility warehouse that we've been in.
Oh, fantastic!
So, yeah,
and you've used your systems to build your team and your business, I would assume.
Well, it obviously this is, I suppose, happened over the last couple of years in terms of that, and one of the things that UW have done, they've been brilliant in being able to now give us an online solution. So, because we can't go out, people are able to work online. So it fits in really nicely because it is online. So fantastic. It's keeping the whole whole model online.
I mean, one of our members, Anne Norris, she's in utility warehouse. I think you two should lock heads so that she can maybe share knowledge with you and you share knowledge with her so that you can all grow together. Fantastic. Wow. So, I mean, what have been some of the challenges that you've had to overcome?
Well, I have to say probably, in the last few years, it's actually learning more about working online because conventional business, where you're face to face, etc., it is different. Yeah. And where you're talking online, you've got to adopt to online methods, in terms of whether it's webinar marketing, whether it's lead generation, whether it's cultivation. A lot of things need to be done differently. And of course, obviously, one thing you can't get over the internet is a handshake. But then
you can get a high five. You can get a high five.
Yeah. Yeah. But of course, with webinar systems, being available now, then you can actually get to see people face to face and try and create that connection as close as you can without shaking hands. Of course, we can't do that anyway now with COVID. So it's
no, we can't. You got it's elbow.
Elbow. Yeah, you got to do an elbow. Yeah.
So is this your own bespoke software that you've created then, or do you piggyback on some of the other software out there?
No, the software is distributed by, it's the company's products that basically are distributed by independent, we call them directors. And I'm working with people in America, Australia. So it's because it's online, you can actually use the system anywhere in the world, which lends itself to why I developed the Choices Network, the business networking system. Fantastic. So no, it's effectively becomes your own webinar system then that you can do with what you want. Apart from the networking, you can use it for family quizzes, shall we say, as we were talking about earlier.
That's absolutely brilliant. I mean, most certainly. Please leave some more information in the comments. When we finish, because I think a lot of people will be interested in learning more about that. It is all about creating your own community, and I think creating your own kind of networking, based on your message, your vision, your journey, like-minded people. It's a fantastic way. I mean, that's brilliant. We've had a few comments come in actually. Let me have a little look-see. Turn on my sound on my phone. So, hey Simone, yeah, Nigel, yay Simone. Julie Allen says, good morning, gents. Hey Julie, hope you're well, honey.
Good morning, back.
Morning, Alison. Great pose. Simone says your pose was great, Pamela.
Oh. The check's in the post.
Julie says the Vogue front cover was good. Alison says that you're amazing. I think she's saying that you're amazing. Well, maybe we're amazing. I think you're saying you're.
I think yeah, with the roll way.
And Gavin says, "Love you, Nigel." I love you too, Gavin. It's man love, but I do love you too, sir. Good chat, gents. So, Paul.
Freudian slip.
I'm gonna cover that. Just so you guys know, before we jumped on the call, me and Paul were talking about what he wouldn't do on the interview. And one of the things that he said he wasn't going to do was beatbox. Now, I'm not going to say any more, but if you go and check out my personal profile, you'll see what Paul missed out on doing. And, I can't understand why he wouldn't even try it. But anyway, that's another story. Right, Paul, tell us one thing about you that not many people know about.
I've been on the Tony Robbins experience twice, where you do the firewalk. That's probably something that I don't know whether people do or don't know it. Yeah,
the fire walk.
Yeah, when you walk on hot coals. The only reason the reason I say it is, I mean, you know, you see hypnotists where they hypnotise someone, they give someone a pencil and drop it in the hand and say, imagine that's a hot rod of iron or something, and they drop it. That's one thing. But when someone says, well, actually walk on hot coals, like barbecue hot coals, where it goes grey with heat, walk on that and don't get burnt. I thought, well, that's something really you got to go at, because if you can do that and you don't get burnt, then really, you know, it changes your mindset into saying, well, there's nothing you can't achieve. Go do it, you know.
Paul, that's amazing. I'm not being funny, but so literally, I mean, was it a slow pace? Were you running like that little guy who played walking football? I mean, give us a bit more. I mean, would you tiptoe across? Was your foot flat on the floor? I mean,
no, I mean, it's a build-up situation. I mean, the first one I went to was in Cardiff, and there were like 2,500 people in a theatre, and it was next to an Asda car park. And basically, they build it up right the way through the event, where they film it, you know, just all the wood, and then they put petrol on, then they set it, and it, you know, explodes out, and then you see it burning occasionally. Then that starts off about, I think, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but then you do the Firewalk about 1 o'clock in the morning, where it's all, you know, heated up, because they put it the you know, the wood in sort of rows, columns, and then you take 6 paces on it. But you know, it's a sort of build up to that situation. But they say don't run, just walk at your normal pace, because you don't want to fall over. That's for sure. You know, you just want to walk and come up.
And you had no visible effects at the bottom, on the bottom of your feet.
No, you know, obviously there's a build-up situation, and at the end when you come off, there's 2 guys ready to grab you, because to be honest, you feel like you could walk through a wall, you know, by just having done that. But then they hose your feet down, so if there is anything there, you know, it's gone. But no, it's still one of those things that I did it again because
because you're mad.
The first time,
yeah. I didn't get burnt first time, but I'll try that again. It's like, Paul, there's actually a football chant for you now, sir. Paul Collins, he walks on fire. La 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 la. Oh man, that's amazing, and definitely a story you should share with more people. Because
I just think you're nuts, so I don't bother.
Well, it kind of explains your mindset as well, because like you're saying, you are right. Once you can do that, I mean, yeah, what can't you do? So, was it somebody else? Is that Pamela?
I know. I should have took the phone off. Look, maybe it is.
Right. Sorry, guys. We're having far too much fun here. I know it's supposed to be a serious occasion, but we're doing our best. Right. Just check for comments again. What advice would you give somebody who was crazy enough to start a business or wanted to start a business right now? What advice would you give them?
I think the first thing, you know, do your research before you start, because it's one thing having an idea, but it's another thing knowing what the marketplace is. And if you're going to go into a marketplace, know what your competitors are or who your competitors are, and know what they're doing, and then decide what's going to be your USP, what's going to set you aside that's different, where you're going to a marketplace where there's a number of other competitors. And I think it's like the home improvement programs where you see with Sarah Beanie, and I think some of the people that they get on just for the program, but she's got a lot of experience in development of property and so on. And obviously someone buys a house and then she goes through what she would do. But then you get the people that know better and, you know, don't stick to a budget, you know, start knocking through rooms, do this, do that, totally against what she suggested that they do. And then, but it makes good television because at the end of it, you know, they've gone X thousand over budget. And so it's important really to, you know, to know about what you intend to do, have the research, back it up and know what your USP is going to be. And
you know, last week I had someone say to me, I said to them, do you check out your competition? And they said to me, no. And I was like, why? And they went, I don't want to see what they're doing. It will do my head in. And it was quite an ear opener and an eye opener really, because for me it made natural sense to see what others are doing, not to copy them, but to be inspired, even within the message or the way they do things. But Yeah, competition, really, really important. You know, and some people get kind of caught up about, oh, well, there's competition. That's good. That means people buy what you're selling.
Well, yeah, here's a prime example. We're on Zoom, and Zoom, obviously, you can use a system for free, but when you want certain benefits, you have to start paying for it. But one thing Zoom doesn't do is they won't pay you to use a webinar system. So that's a USP.
I like you, Paul. You just have to a real call to action. Have you heard what this guy is saying? Guys, what he's actually saying in essence is, listen, if you're prepared to use his software, you can get paid for using it. Looking for additional income? Speak to Paul Collins. Fantastic. Paul, is there anything that the group can help you with right now? Is there anything that you need, any support? Is there anything that we can do to help you move forward on your journey?
No, I mean, one thing, we talk about funnels where you've got a funnel, but one thing that we have got is that every business anywhere in the world, whether it's a shop front, office, retail, leisure, online, MLM, whatever, can list their business for free on both sites, on Choice Directory and on Choice's network. Now, if you use the right words and use keywords, you can get through Google Analytics, etc., the right words that people are searching for when they're searching for your business, whatever your business is, use that in your description so it can get picked up by search engines and potentially then get you more inquiries. So, 2 free business entries that you can have that, again, would help your business. And obviously, the more the business is on there, the better it is for us as well. But yeah,
Paul Collins, you have dropped some golden eggs, man. People, listen, this guy is just giving us more golden nuggets. Love it. Could you do me a massive favor, Paul? This video, I need you to come back to it. Are you in the Love Sales Hate Selling Facebook group?
I think I am. I think I joined. I watched, when you mentioned Anne earlier on, I watched Anne's interview, which I thought was very good. And as I say, your interview style and whatever, I found really, really friendly, really warm, and
work well. Like you. I'll do that bank transfer later.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Listen, Paul, don't go anywhere. People, thank you so much for joining us today. I was going to check to see if you've got any more comments come in. Any more. Julie Allen says, Paul, please get in touch. I would love to learn more. And Natasha Gordon.
So I'll just say one last thing, because obviously I mentioned about the it being global. We do have a free training program. So anybody who's looking for maybe some additional experience, they get a certificate at the end, which they can use in the job market if they're there, tells them what experience they've gained on the course, then that can be useful in itself. So
what's the training program around?
It's about business networking, being online, routes to market, video and communication. It gives people a background, so it can be useful,
Oh, fantastic. Well, Paul, please drop all your links in. Natasha says, I love competition. I always look for ways to improve. Fantastic. That's what we need to do. Improve, continued improvement. Thank you for joining us today, sir. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a little bit of a debrief afterwards. See if I can listen to some of this beatboxing that you promised you were going to do today. And guys, thank you for watching. I shall catch all of you tomorrow. I think I'm doing a training session tomorrow. I've got it in my diary anyway, so see you all later.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.